Hi, good evening, everyone. We're just waiting for everyone to join and then we'll begin this live webinar shortly. We've currently got around 12 people in the chat. Let's continue to wait for a couple of minutes before we begin. I will be monitoring the Q&A as well, so feel free to post any questions you have in the chat. Okay, let's get this presentation started. We'll just wait for another minute or so before we start our presentation. Right, we've got 17 participants. Let's see if we can wait until it gets to 20 and then we'll start. I can just see some questions coming through. Shanaz has asked, how long is this session? I'm hoping to keep it sort of brief, so around 30 minutes at the most. Okay, I can see 20 people have joined, so why don't we begin? Firstly, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to join this evening. My name is Anik, I'm one of the co-founders of EliteMedics, and I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you and talk you to about our company and how EliteMedics can help your child excel in education. So this is going to be a short presentation, and I'll go through the different points about how we can help. So just to start off with, just to give you a bit of a background who we are, EliteMedics is a medic brand tuition company. So we're a team of doctors graduated from some of the leading universities in the country, and we're the first medic-run tuition academy, specializing in Key Stage 3, GCSE, and A-level tuition. How are we going to help you today? So the goals and objectives for today's talk, and the reason why I set up this this stream, is to make all parents who have joined up for this free taster know more about EliteMedics. So what I want you to walk away from is exactly knowing how we can help, the different types of tuition services we offer, and how it can benefit your child. So we'll talk about EliteMedics firstly. We'll then talk about how we can help your child succeed in their education, our different products. I know a lot of you are going to be interested in our prices, so we'll talk about the prices. And for everyone who's attended today, we'll also be having a special offer. So do hang around until the end to avail that offer. And we'll also have a live Q&A opportunity. So if you've got any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm just going to briefly, intermittently look through the Q&A just to see if you've got any questions. Feel free to post your questions in the live chat. So just to begin with, just for me to get to know you guys a bit better, can you tell me if you're currently paying for tuition for your child? And if so, how much are you paying per month? So I'll give you all just a sort of a minute or so just to answer that. So if you're currently getting or spending money on your child for tuition, how much are you paying on average per month? And let's just see on average how much people are actually paying for tuition. Okay, so Jason says £160 a month. Any other video else that would like to share how much they're paying? Somebody's not currently paying. £148, £80. Any other takers? Okay, well, the point of this was tuition is expensive, and with the current sort of financial situation, it is difficult for parents to afford the current rates of tuition. And so the reason why we set up EliteMedics, and I'll talk about when we actually began, but what we realized as doctors and having gone through the process of receiving tuition was that having actually access to affordable and high quality education is extremely difficult. A lot of parents cannot afford the current going rates for tuition, especially with prices being increased. Most parents will be paying, I can see on average, between sort of 100 to 200 pounds a month as a bare minimum per subject. And so for a lot of parents, this is unaffordable, and therefore students cannot get access to high quality education. And that's why we basically set up EliteMedics. So just to give you a bit of a background, EliteMedics was founded in 2018, and we now have grown to a team of over 350 medics, helping thousands of young students pass their high school exams. Now, I keep sort of going on about this, but EliteMedics is a medic brand. And what I mean by that is it's a medic-run science academy. And the reason why we've sort of focused on the medic aspect is having gone through the process. So we're both doctors, having gone through the process, we as medics know what it takes to essentially get into not only just a competitive course but also competitive universities. So we understand what it takes to excel in high school exams, and what we wanted to do is almost help other students to be able to go through the process that we did. Now, why medics, and why sort of why are we not focusing on other aspects as well? Now, whilst there's a medic brand, the reason why we're focusing on this is because when we were going through sort of high school education, a lot of our lessons were taught as per the syllabus. What was missing was the application of the theory into the real world. And what we wanted to do as medics is to not only just teach students what they have to as part of their curriculum, but what we also wanted to do is also help inspire our students. So when you're teaching children about, for instance, cell biology, what we wanted to try and encourage and inspire in kids is knowing how or what the implications of what they're learning are on the real world in, for example, in medicine. And so that's what we try to do with EliteMedics is not just obviously teach them the syllabus, but also teach them the real life applications of what they're learning. And by doing that, students are not only inspired, but they also enjoy their learning. And that's why we set up EliteMedics. So we started in 2018, and at the very beginning, both my business partner and I, we would actually go to schools and we would teach students ourselves. So we did this for around 2 years. And when the pandemic hit, we then changed our focus from practical courses to online lessons. And since then, we've really just grown our brand and our company. And we now sort of shoot on a regular basis over 3,000 students a month. So we have a lot of students that go through us, and we want to maintain our competitive prices to essentially make our education as accessible to as many pupils as possible. What we don't want is students missing out on high quality education purely because of lack of access to financial means. And that's why we set up EliteMedics. We featured in the Guardian newspaper as well, so we've helped thousands of young students pass their high school exams. Parents are more than welcome to go onto our Trustpilot page to see some of our testimonials. I won't talk too much about this, but just to give you a background. So we both are doctors. So I'm currently a practicing doctor. I currently work at North Middlesex Hospital, and I'm specializing in acute medicine. So as well as practicing medicine, I'm also helping with EliteMedics. So both Prakash and I, we're sort of trying to really build a solid company to try to make EliteMedics as accessible as possible to as many students. And our other co-founder, Prakash, similarly, we both graduated from UCL. Prakash also studied preclinical medicine at Cambridge, and with our experience and expertise in going through the whole process of getting into medical school, we've basically built this company and helping to inspire other students. So as I said, we previously did the teaching ourselves. So we used to go every weekend to schools and teach. This was whilst actually working full time as doctors. But what we realized was it was very limited being teaching sort of ourselves. And so what we want to do was grow a company and recruit as many medics as possible to try to essentially offer as many classes to students. So now we're a nationwide company with thousands of students across the country learning from us. We've also got a sort of over 350 tutors enrolled in our program who are also not just they're also studying medicine. Some of them have graduated, some of them are working as doctors, but all of them have been handpicked tutors that have themselves scored some of the highest marks in the country as well. And our aims are to inspire students and provide them with real life applications of the theory we teach. Now, it's very easy. Anyone could just pick up a book and learn biology, chemistry, maths, or physics. But what's more inspiring is actually learning from the specialists themselves and knowing how that theory that they've learned can actually be applied. So, for instance, if you're teaching a child about DNA, what we try to do in our lessons is not just teach them what they have to in for passing the exam, but also teaching them how problems with cells or how changes in DNA, for instance, in mutations can actually how can manifest in the real world of medicine. So, for instance, learning about cancer, learning about pharmaceuticals, we try to really apply the knowledge into the real world, and that's why a lot of our students enjoy learning from us. Is because what we do is we try to teach them what's actually important. So those are our tutors. I'm just going to take a minute pause just to go through the Q&A. If anyone has any questions at this point, feel free to just put a question in the live chat. I'll be monitoring that periodically. And for anyone that's just, I can see that there have been a lot of parents have just joined. So if you've joined and missed the first part, I will be sending the recording out. So you will get access to this presentation. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to post it in the live chat. If not, I'll move on. So just to give you an idea of the type of products that we offer. So what we do is we offer to sort of traditional tuition. So most students that have online tuition or even in-person tuition usually attend on a weekly basis for traditionally it's sort of an hour every week. But what we do is we offer monthly classes, and instead of having 1 hour every week, what we've actually developed is a monthly system. So we actually teach intensive masterclasses on one weekend every month. So we offer tuition in all of the different subjects, but we split it in weekends. So usually maths and physics is usually on the second weekend of every month. Biology and chemistry is usually held on the last weekend of every month. And rather than doing 4 hours split between 4 weeks, what we do is we do 4 hours in one day from sort of 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And the idea of doing this is students can essentially attend all of the subjects if they want without having to commit on a sort of daily basis. And the other idea is these are master classes. So what we teach in one day essentially is equivalent to 4 to 6 hours of teaching at school. So these are intensive master classes starting from the morning and usually finishing around 3 p.m. And the idea is to provide students with as much knowledge so that when they go back to school, they've already covered one whole module. And that's why we've structured these as monthly classes. We'll talk about pricing in a while, but how do these classes work? Well, the aims of these classes are to ensure students stay on top of their work and maximize their learning. So how I said before was these are monthly classes, and what we do is in each class we essentially teach one module of the syllabus, and every month we go through a different module. And the idea is during the academic year, every month we would essentially covered all of the topics that students need to learn before their exams. So when they go back to school after having learnt one topic on one of our sessions, they can go to school having learnt essentially the whole module. Now, all of these classes are live, and we also record sessions. So if students are unable to sit for the whole duration, they can always rewatch parts at a later point. Now, before attending the classes, we also give all students pre-course material. So we give them question packs, we give them PowerPoint presentations, and we also give them answer packs. And the idea is by getting those pre-course materials, students are essentially encouraged to complete the question packs so that when they attend on the actual live day, the teacher actually goes through the questions, but also goes through the relevant theory for those questions. So the idea is by having completed the questions beforehand, the students are primed and they essentially maximize their learning during the day. And the idea is for teachers to go through each question and explaining how to score the highest mark for each question. So the session is usually split into half theory teaching and the other half going through the relevant questions. Now, each course includes engaging live lessons. These are not recorded classes, so as in these are not pre-recorded. Every lesson is live, and it's not just one tutor to one student. What we try to do is we have at least one presenting tutor, but also have teachers in the background to be able to answer questions in real time. So students are not just sitting in a lecture theatre or in a live, in a sort of a webinar, and it's not just a one-way teaching. We actually have student teachers in the background able to answer questions in real time. We also provide high quality lecture notes for every lesson. We provide homework with exam style questions. We also have a question bank. So when you actually register with us, students also get access to question banks to test their knowledge. And we've also got an exam portal. So we also run mock exams as well. So it's by no means just a passive YouTube style online tuition program. It's a real sort of dedicated program, a structured program to really help students excel in their education. So all of this is essentially is what students will get by attending EliteMedics. Again, I'll just go through the Q&A just to make sure. Somebody's mentioned the screen is blurry. I can't read your shared screen. Does anybody else have any problems with the screen? Feel free to, if you have, just please do post it on the Q&A. I could slow down as well. I can't see anybody else mentioning it. If the screen is blurry, maybe try and refresh your screen. No problems on my end. Okay, thanks for that. Will you cover for year 7 students? We do. We cover essentially from 7 to year 13. I'll talk more about the taster class that's coming up, but we do essentially. We cover from all the way from year 7 to year 13. Now, a lot of parents have joined the free taster class for this month, which is happening this weekend, actually on the 24th and 25th. And this slide shows you exactly what we provide all of our parents and students before each lesson. So for every lesson, we provide PowerPoint presentations, question papers, lecture notes, and answer papers. And the idea is this pre-course material is there to help students prepare for class and really to enhance their learning during the event. So during the class, students will have already received the PowerPoint presentation. They know exactly what's going to be taught for the lesson. They also have the question papers. So the question papers are all past exam questions, and that's the sort of those are the questions that the teacher will be going through during the actual session. We also provide lecture notes. So the idea is for every class, not just provide the PowerPoint, the raw PowerPoint slides, but also to provide summarized learning so that students can go back and actually revise from, so that given sort of after 2 to 3 months, if they have to recap on that topic, rather than going through the whole PowerPoint presentation, they can just read up the lecture notes, and then they also get the answer packs as well. So they can do the questions, test themselves, attend the live class, and essentially be able to see how do you not what the answer is, but also how do you score and the highest marks and the actual exam technique as well. So we encourage all parents to please ask their children to go through this so that when they do attend, all of our students are well prepared. As you can see, this is just a screenshot of the lecture notes that we provide. So for every single module, our own content writers. So we've spent an enormous amount of time coming up with original content for our students, and this is for every lesson. So all of our classes are matched with the with these lecture notes. This is just an example of how the actual live class will be. So we've got, again, well sort of designed PowerPoint presentations. These are all original content. Alongside, you can see one of our tutors teaching. All of our lessons are interactive, so we want to make sure they are engaging, and that's why every presentation is also set up with something called Slido. So in order to encourage students to participate, we have partnered up with a company called Slido, and every session we try to have these questions to encourage dialogue with the teachers and the students. Now, just to talk about the schedule for the classes. So, as I said, these are monthly classes. So, we usually teach maths and physics on the second weekend of every month. Biology, chemistry is taught on the last weekend of every month. Now, the reason why we've structured it like this is because it allows students to pick and choose what subjects they want to essentially sign up for. It means that their entire week is not consumed with tuition every day of the week. So if they want to have all four subjects, it allows them to essentially sign up. So if the biology is taught on the last weekend, chemistry is taught on the last weekend, and English is actually taught in the third weekend of every month. So students can pick and choose which subjects they want to enroll for. Timings are 10 to 3 for GCSE and A-level students, and we keep our sessions a bit shorter for Key Stage 3 students, so we finish by 2 p.m. Our next class is on the 24th and 25th of August, so please make sure you've got the dates in your diary. It will be this weekend. So all lessons will start at 10 a.m. Now, to talk about prices, I'm just going to pause just to see if anyone's put any questions. Do you follow any specific syllabus? What exam boards do you teach? Fantastic question. So we actually cover all of the main examination boards. So we cover both AQA, EdExcel, OCR. We also have a lot of students coming from the Scottish syllabus as well. I think the most important thing is in our actual learning and teaching, what we do is we cover content that is the core content relevant to all of the examination boards. So we only teach the theory that is actually relevant to all of our students. So what we try to do is make sure every topic is relevant for all of our students. Is there an online platform or do you use e-resources? So we actually do have an online platform. Um, so everyone who's actually signed up for the free taster, for the purpose of the taster class, we've only provided resources in an email format. But actually, when you register, all parents will actually have an online dashboard. You'll have access to all of the resources, but also there's also a question portal as well. So it's not just an email-based system. Do you do any in-person classes? So unfortunately, we don't do in-person teaching anymore. We do periodically throughout the year run in-person classes, but these are more sort of like courses, or these are sort of career sessions focusing on UCAT, MMI, practical courses essentially. Now, let's talk about our prices, because the whole point of setting up EliteMedics was to make sure our higher quality teaching is affordable to as many parents. And so when we thought about pricing structure, we really wanted to make sure our pricing is as affordable to as many parents as possible. So as you can see, the prices per month start from just as little as £29.99 a month. So that's £30 a month. You can get online tuition for 4 hours in one subject. And if you compare this to sort of what prices other people were paying, £148, £80, this is far cheaper than most traditional tuition. And in this, we don't provide just access to our online classes, but what we also do is make sure every student has all of the resources to prepare themselves for those classes. So that's including the question packs, the lecture notes, the PowerPoint slides. All of this is part and parcel of that price. So it's extremely affordable for a lot of parents, and the reason is so that as many parents can benefit from our lessons. Any other questions about our prices? Feel free to post it in the live Q&A. Some parents have asked, in the taster class, Will cameras need to be on? So we do take privacy quite important. So what we want to try to do is ensure that all of our lessons are, we would safeguard our students. So they're not allowed to turn their cameras on. It's actually a one-way system. So students can see the teachers, but they can't turn their cameras on. They can't communicate through web camera essentially, but um, they can still answer most questions in real time. Do they have their own syllabus? So the syllabus that we have follows a national curriculum. So we make sure every single topic and class that we deliver is relevant to all of our students. So I assure you, all of our modules are relevant. Now, one of the things I wanted to do is for all of our students, all of our parents that have actually joined today, I do want to offer you the chance to get a special offer. Now, I know we have a taster class coming up this weekend. The taster class, after the lesson is finished, all parents will get the opportunity to enroll for these monthly classes. But if any parent wants to sign up and get a 50% discount, you can actually avail this special offer, 50% discount, and signing up for the whole year. So if you wanted to, for instance, sign up for one subject, if you continue to pay monthly, you would pay almost £350, £359 for the full 12 months. But if you sign up today, you can get 50% off by scanning this QR code over here. So if you scan this QR code, just message us, get offer, and one of our team members will be able to assist you in obtaining that special offer. And with this discount, it is a 14-day money back guarantee. So your child can continue to attend the free taster this weekend, and if they don't enjoy the class, if you email us or call us, you'll get your 100% money back. So this offer is only valid for today. It's not going to be advertised after the free taster event. So if any parent is interested, we do have this offer available. Now, by all means, you don't need to sign up. You can always still attend the free taster and see how the lesson is, but that will then be a pay monthly option. So most parents don't have anything to lose. They can sign up, get their child to attend the class and see how they find it. And if they don't enjoy it, you can cancel and get 100% money back guarantee. But the point which I'm trying to make is our prices are substantially cheaper. So even if you think about how much most parents would pay on a monthly basis, so most parents are paying anywhere between 100 to 150 pounds a month for that's just 1 hour a week. This price is essentially one subject for the whole year you're getting for just £180. So these are heavily discounted, and it's only valid for until the end of today. So all you need to do is scan this QR code and message us, get offer, and one of our team members will be able to send you the link in order to get this special offer. So it's already 7:57. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the talk here, and I'm going to open up the floor to any questions. So if any parent has any questions about this offer, about our program, how we can help you, feel free to post it in the Q&A session. So I can see somebody's asked about the 4 subjects. Again, if you just message us, we can offer you that bespoke price, but it'll be, again, similar to, it'll be 50% off, essentially £99 a month. So it'll be 99 times by 12 divided by 2. So that will be £594 for the whole year for 4 subjects. Most asked, does the class recording get sent so the child can revisit? Yes, absolutely. So usually within 24 hours of the lesson finishing, we send out the recordings, we send out the answer sheets to every class. And that's basically, you can access that for up to 2 years. So at any point, even if you're in year 10 and you want to recap sessions when you're in year 11, those links will still be valid. Again, any other questions, please feel free to post it in the Q&A. There's really an opportunity for you to understand what EliteMedics does and how it can help your child. Your screen is partially blocking the QR code. Okay, thank you for that. What I'll do is, I'll try and see if I can move that. Let's see if that helps. Let's see if Thanks, Rennie, for that. Let's see if this helps. Okay, so I will be also sharing this with all parents as well. So even if you can't see the QR code, oh, I can see it now. So you will also get an email for this. Are students expected to complete the question back before the class? Again, good question, Samiksha. So we do encourage all students to try and complete as many of the questions in the pack as possible. Again, as the during the session, the teacher will be focusing not just on questions, they will be also covering the theory. So they won't get to cover all of the questions in class. So what we do is we encourage students to answer as many questions as possible. Again, it's all preparation. Even if all of the questions aren't covered in the class, it gives the student an opportunity to really prepare for that module. And also we do send the answers as well, so they can also mark it themselves. Web page is not available. Let's have a quick look. I'm going to try and scan this myself just to see. I did test this before. So this should open up the WhatsApp page actually. So when you scan this QR code, it should just open up WhatsApp. Okay, if the QR code is not working, I will be posting it by email. Let's have another chat. If anybody has access the QR code, could you see if you can post it on the Q&A? Okay, I do apologize if the QR code is not working. Um, I'll make sure that's sent by email to all parents. Uh, one of our parents hoping these classes are as good as the ones in the classes as my daughter got allowed to them. Thank you for that, Mo. Thank you for the feedback. All of our teachers are vetted, and they go through sort of a rigorous recruitment process. So every single one of our tutors I guarantee they do offer high quality education. Do you guys have practice papers for the tests and things? Again, yes, all of our lessons are accompanied by question packs, and these are all questions taken from actual exam papers. Okay. If anybody has any other questions, I'll leave it open for another few minutes. Otherwise, I will then end the session. But just to recap, I will be sending this out to all parents so that they can then sign up and get the promotion. So do look out for that email. It will be sent within the next 15 minutes of the class ending. Can you send the year 7 PDFs? Sorry, thank you for going back to that. So what we'll do is if you email us on info@elitemedics.co.uk, we can get that sent to you. That's not a problem at all. Can you please put the dates back on, please? Yes, of course. So the dates are this weekend, essentially. So it's the 24th and 25th of August. And just to remind you, so what we do is the lessons are held every other weekend. So maths and physics is on the second weekend, biology and chemistry is on the last weekend of every month. Again, I'll leave it on this QR code page. If it doesn't work for if the QR code doesn't work, just simply wait for that email and we'll send that to you. But everyone who signs up will get 50% discount by signing up. Okay, thanks, Alexander, for um, giving us the feedback. I'll make sure that QR code does work. Not a problem at all. Okay. On that note, again, thank you so much for taking the time to join this evening. We do hope you encourage your child to attend the class this weekend. It's absolutely free. So whether or not you sign up for today, that's essentially optional. But we do encourage all students to attend for this weekend. It's completely free, no obligation to sign up, and it will give you a good opportunity to understand how our classes work. But if you do want to avail this offer, sign up and you'll still get 14 days money back guarantee, so nothing to lose. Okay, then. Thank you, everyone, and hope you have a good rest of the evening.